resident here in the United States, and I'm currently living in San Francisco. I'm living in Chinatown, where I'm surrounded by lots of other Chinese immigrants. A lot of them are men sending money back to China. But first, I'll tell you how I got here. My dad was the first one in my family to come here to America. He liked it here so much as a railroad worker that he decided to encourage my mom and I to come too. My mom and I came through Angel Island. It was pretty crowded there, but we managed to make it through safely. Oh, that was boiled water. A lot of Americans don't like the drink, but I think it's okay. So anyways, where was I? Okay, so after we came here through Angel Island, our plan was to gain citizenship here in America, with occasional visits back to China to visit my grandparents and extended family. However, that plan was destroyed by the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. That stopped us from getting citizenship here. Also, it meant we couldn't go back to visit our family in China. But it's not so bad here. My mom and I are working in a factory here, but some of the other workers don't like us. My mom tells me to stay away from them. They say we're stealing their jobs. In fact, there was a riot right here in San Francisco in 1877 because some workers thought that we were stealing their jobs. Anyways, the Chinese aren't the only ones being discriminated against. The Japanese have it pretty hard too. This gentleman's agreement is practically stopping Japanese immigration. Not to mention those immigration acts are stopping the poor from coming to America. I wonder when it will ever stop.
Tell me what your name is and how old you are.
Hi, my name is Frida Mueller and I'm 15 years old.
When did you come to America and why?
I moved to America when I was 1 year old in 1869. Before I was born, my father recognized the hardships farmers like himself were facing at the time in Germany. There was a massive decline in grain prices which devastated the German crop economy, and my father feared unemployment. He knew my mother was expecting a child, and he also knew that he wouldn't be able to support the family with the rapidly declining income of farming, so he decided the best future for our family lay in America. He had seen many of his neighboring farmers take the leap of faith to the promised land and decided it'd be the best choice for my family as well. So, a year after I was born, we finally left.
I know it's been a long time, but do you remember anything about your journey?
I don't remember anything from the boat ride over, but I've heard stories from my parents that it was crowded and full of excitement and nervousness. We arrived at Ellis Island in 1869 and quickly moved west towards farmland to start work.
So do you work on a farm?
Yes. My family worked diligently on our farm and life seemed superb, so we sent word to our relatives in the homeland about our prosperous solutions. My uncle, aunt, and cousins were prepared for the journey to America until the Panic of 1873 ensued and the Long Depression began. The second wave of immigration to America was halted and my family was unable to come to America.
So how did that affect your family?
My mother and father were distraught, and for 6 years demonstrations, protests, and strikes riddled the larger cities of America because of the economic disaster. A few years later, after the economic crisis, industries were booming again. The third wave of immigration began and industries were thriving and my family was able to come to America.
So what did your family do after they came to America?
My uncle, aunt, and cousins came to Ohio with my family, and my mother's younger brother started his life in New York City, living in a crowded tenant house and utilizing his great whittling gift as an artisan business. He's working hard, but the business is tough, selling handmade cuckoo clocks and trinkets, where there are massive factories producing cheaper goods. We have a few in our house here.
Very nice. Do you have any other family?
Yes. In 1880, my little sister was born, and due to the Birthright Citizenships Act, she was a legal citizen of the United States. It is now 1884, and my family lives in a developed German community in a small town in Ohio. We are able to make a profit farming, practice our religion, and maintain our German culture in our current American lives.
Me?
I've been born and raised in America, same as my parents and theirs before them. A true native. Things are getting, in simplest terms, completely out of hand. As the days go by, more and more immigrants are coming through our east and west ends. Now, I'm someone to look at things with an open mind, but these people make it so hard to, well, to like them. They move to our country and aren't even considerate enough to learn our language, our culture. I'm 15 years old, so of course I need a job to help out my family. Right now I'm in the clothing industry. But all these people are doing is taking jobs away from us, the people who are native to this country. Can you believe that? And it's not only that, but all this cheap labor thrown into the competition is causing for wages to lower. So essentially, not only are we being intruded upon by foreigners, but us hard-working native citizens are losing money because of it. Money we need to raise our families and pay our rent. And it's not only me who thinks this way. Clearly, it's the popular opinion. We've made acts to solely exclude these people from citizenship, but they still keep coming. It's not like we can tell them what we expect of them. They won't even learn our language. They're disgusting, too, living in squalor and filth like that. So they have no dignity? We need change. A wall of brass, maybe, around the whole country. I will not make room for these people. This is gross negligence, and I will not stand for it. Other countries don't allow for this nonsense. What possesses our country to do so?